You're taking a live look at Doppler radar. While most of us have escaped the rain chances here for your Father's Day, others have been seeing these very slow-moving showers through the area. Very few rumbles of thunder as forecast. This has mainly just been about the showers where we do get them. No flood warnings locally, but you can see just out east of the tri-state area, that is where we have some flood warnings. That's kind of where the slight risk of flash flooding existed yesterday and of course for today as well. So what you're going to be seeing throughout 19atSIX is, of course, as per usual, I put the radar image right below me. I don't touch that, so you can always see where those showers and the storms are moving right now, and the graphics that I do control are to my right. So let's talk about the radar image right now before we talk about that 7-day forecast, which, yes, a big warm-up is on tap for this time next week. We'll get to that in your 7-day. I want to talk about these showers right now, which, again, most of us have remained entirely dry, but those of us that did get those showers, I know Hamilton County got them, Claremont County got them, mainly southwestern Ohio, as well as our eastern northern Kentucky counties as well, got these showers throughout the morning and the afternoon. About Mount Orab, Georgetown, Hillsborough, still seeing some of those showers. Again, no rumbles of thunder here locally, but out there towards eastern Chillicothe, say Wellston area, where we have a little bit more impactful showers and storms. So where we did have some of those flood warnings moving through, those flash flood warnings moving through last night, is things are nice and dry right now, but I'm going to show you what it looked like in Ross Township last night. This is photo coming in from the Ross Township Police Department. This was last night. And again, this is where we had those flood watches in place, and then eventually the National Weather Service did bump this up into a flash flood warning. And I mean, look at this. This is a very flooded parking lot. And again, low-lying areas with poor drainage will definitely see things like this. Nothing in place right now, but we could see that change depending on these showers and how they behave over the next few hours or so. Again, it really just depends on the drainage locally. Now, I haven't seen anything quite like you see here on the right, at least for today, but coming up in that 7-day, we're going to be talking a little bit more about, say, more impactful showers and storms. I'm seeing some changes in that forecast that we need to first alert you to, mainly for Tuesday, for Wednesday, and for Thursday, about the timing of those storm chances. They have sped up a little bit, less of a Thursday issue and more of a late Wednesday issue now. So I'm going to talk about that in your 7-day, just kind of giving you a little bit of a taste of what's to come. Right now, the temperatures are not too notable. They're pretty normal for this time of year, maybe a little bit of a rain cooling effect where we do have some of those showers moving through, but most of us, the low 80s, the upper 70s, it feels like the mid 80s once you factor in those dew points. And for some, it's a beautiful pool day, and for others, it's a stay inside and do your best to stay dry sort of day. Again, really just depends on where you are, where you have been, and things of that nature. Now tonight we're going to be watching for maybe some patchy fog, because once again it's going to remain a little cloudy and also a bit on the mild side as well. Don't be fooled by that icon. That is mainly just to cover our bases, saying, hey, spotty showers and a few rumbles of thunder are still going to be in the area, at least from about 7 to 9 o'clock tonight, with temperatures in the mid to upper 70s, and then we get overnight and there go the storm chances, kind of like what we've had over the last few days. Now, looking ahead here, again, tomorrow, Monday, is kind of a rinse and repeat of yesterday and today. Spotty afternoon chances that not everyone is going to be getting. It's Tuesday and Wednesday that we have an increasing chance for showers. I'll show you what it looks like here. Again, those east of Cincinnati where we're seeing the showers now is when we're more than likely going to be seeing them for the rest of the evening. A little bit of a foggy start to your Monday in spots, of course, those lower lying spots, but dry till we get to the afternoon. Speckles of showers, maybe a few rumbles of thunder coming into the mix for Monday afternoon, and then we'll start to dry up into early Tuesday. Now Tuesday is a little different because we're starting to see the center of a much bigger system getting a little bit closer to the area, and so with that comes a lot more moisture, perhaps more organization to these thunderstorms, and yes, more impact to any of your Tuesday and Wednesday plans. Look at this. You notice that there's just a lot more coverage in these showers. A few rumbles of thunder. I'm not seeing anything that screams severe weather to me. This is for Tuesday. These will sail east of the area by the evening. Now, Wednesday is something we're going to be watching pretty carefully for something strong, maybe even severe. More on that in your 7-day. I want to talk about the rainfall totals, kind of like what we've had Friday, Saturday, and today. Some of us are going to get very little rain between Monday and Tuesday, and others could be seeing upwards of 2 inches of rain. Mainly seeing those higher rainfall totals south of Cincinnati into northern Kentucky. But generally speaking, I think between Monday and Tuesday, most of us are going to get some rain. Just some of us might get a little bit more rain than others. And then, of course, Wednesday rolls on in and brings with it the chance for something stronger, maybe even severe. The timing of this is very delicate. And right now, since it's sped up a little bit, it hasn't sped up to Wednesday evening quite yet, but more of overnight into Thursday, so kind of between Wednesday and Thursday. This, believe it or not, is good because if we see it arriving during the nighttime, there's less heat for these storms to work with, therefore less storm fuel for these guys to work with. So I'm showing you the muggy meter because even though we are noticing very humid conditions between now and Wednesday, and even for most of Wednesday, we do notice a little bit of a drop heading into Thursday. That's a weak cold front coming on through and changing the weather pattern into next weekend. It doesn't change the humidity a whole lot, but you'll notice it in the cloud cover. By Friday, we are more sunny than not, but it's going to take some stronger storms to get there, guys. Again, Wednesday appears like the day to watch. And I mean late in the day on Wednesday, like borderline overnight into Thursday. But if we see these showers and storms on Wednesday speed up any more, that would increase our severe threat. Right now, that chance for severe weather is well north and west of Cincinnati. But of course, keep checking back with us because we've seen this system speed up already from a Thursday to a early Thursday event. So if you keep seeing this speed up a little bit, that would of course change our severe threat. So that's going to be for Wednesday, now looking like a late evening severe threat. Again, it's possible that we get the tail end of some stronger storms. These will be coming in from the north and the west. Temperatures that afternoon, 86 degrees is what I bumped that high to. Now, Juneteenth is looking drier. I'd say if there's any morning events, you might be dealing with some wet spots out on the road. The grass, of course, will be recovering from the soaking rains of the days leading up to it. So maybe don't wear your finest shoes, maybe some shoes that can take a little bit of a beating, but 81 degrees, some afternoon sun, maybe a little relief in the humidity before we return to something a little bit more summer-like by Friday afternoon. Now, yeah, Friday afternoon looks mostly sunny. That's the first day of summer. Technically, summer doesn't start until after 10 p.m. on Friday, but for the sake of simplicity, let's say Friday starts summer. Saturday, warm and muggy, and then the heat keeps building in that 7-day forecast. If you're tuning in on if you're on Facebook, anywhere, you saw that I am kind of hinting at and watching out for some big heat in that extended forecast. You already see it here in the 7-day, 86 to 88 next weekend. The sun starts to build, and that's because we're noticing a heat dome starting to plant itself over much of the eastern United States. We'll see from what I'm seeing, we'll see our warmest temperatures on Monday, June 23rd. Don't get married to the numbers that I'm showing you. Of course, if you're an expert, or at least you hear us talk about this all the time, this far out, a week out from Monday, those numbers are more than likely going to change, right? But the pattern is the big idea here. We're seeing a heat dome developing. So the high pressure will actually trap the heat over much of the eastern United States. And so, yeah, we're going to be nice, warm, muggy, humid. We're talking heat indexes into the mid-90s, folks, if this holds. And a lot of sun, too. Unlike this weekend, in which it's been warm and muggy with some chances of showers and storms here and there, next weekend is going to be downright hot, humid, and sunny. High pressure is really helping out those sky conditions. So if you need the sun, you want the summer-like temps, you want to go out to the pool, next weekend's going to be the one to do it. I'm not seeing any strong signs of storms in that extended forecast to cool this down. So we could very well hit our very first 90-degree day of 2025 Monday of next week, maybe a little bit earlier for some of us. The last time that we hit 90 degrees at CVG, Cincinnati, was September of 2024. So it's been a chunk of time since we've hit 90 degrees. Of course, It's been very warm recently. Just remember, we're getting later and later to June, closer to summer, so naturally those normal temperatures are gonna be warmer. We've experienced heat like this before. I know I'm gonna get a lot of people that are like, oh my gosh, don't be alarming people of stuff that we've been experiencing before. Yeah, we've experienced heat like this before, and we will experience it again. It's nothing extreme, but it is the first big heat that I'm seeing of 2025. So we just want people to be prepared ahead of it, especially since we're heading into a pretty busy time of the summer, getting closer to the 4th of July. Perhaps people have a vacation planned. It's not just going to impact us here locally, but it's going to impact most of the eastern United States, as you see behind me. So again, this is not for Monday tomorrow. It's for Monday of next week, so don't get married to the numbers, please. Just get married to the pattern, which we'll let you know if anything changes, but it's very unusual to see models aligning this far out, and I wouldn't be showing you this if I had any doubt in something like this, in big heat and big humidity, but all of our long-range models are agreeing that next weekend is going to be abnormally hot, humid, and it's because of that big blue H right there. So if you have any questions coming on in, we don't have any questions, just saying, Sam, tuning in, I got both lawns cut. Good. I mean, most of us have remained entirely dry this weekend. I know personally I only got one downpour where I reside, but many of us have gotten several inches of rain, hence why I showed you that photo from Ross Township Fire Department. Those of us that have gotten the rain have gotten a lot of it, and we're going to be watching for that pattern tonight, tomorrow, and then something a little bit more widespread for Tuesday and for Wednesday. So that's all that we have coming in right now at 6:12 on your Sunday evening. So lots going on in the weather department, from the showers and storms to the big heat on tap. So make sure you have that Fox 19 Now First Alert Weather app at the ready. We update that very frequently, and that information pumps out to our website, to the streaming channel, the 24/7 streaming channel, and to all of our social media as well, and our weather. It disperses itself to seemingly everything, so you almost can't miss us. But keep checking back about Wednesday. Big heat next weekend. Those are our two big weather headlines that we're going to be following ahead in your weekend weather. But I'm going to go ahead and sign off. It's 6:13 on your Sunday evening. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm live here in Queensgate. Have a great week ahead.